Good evening. How everyone doing today? God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Simon J. Spirit Divine. I'm here to give you a word on to read my story on today. It's not nothing out the Bible, it's my story. A story what I'm dealing with now. Unwaveringness, faith. You know, worry is when you're tired. So unworthiness is when you're tired and you just want to give up, but you keep going. You keep pressing your way through. No, so we're gonna look at unwaveriness that shows sustained enthusiasm and action. Now continue being strong. When you tired and worried, and you continue on being strong, steadfast, being committed to God's command. So person that is tired and just can't go no more, but they keep going. They're determined to win. Philippians chapter 3, 13, 14. One thing I do, forgetting what is ahead, forgetting what is ahead and straining towards what is ahead. Forgetting what's behind and straining towards what's ahead. So you're going to press on towards the goal. And see, that's why I do. No matter how little strength that I have, how tired I am, I'm going to keep pressing towards the goal to win. To win the prize for which God had called me, into Jesus Christ. So when you have a calling and a goal to achieve, no matter how you look, no matter how tired you are, no matter how weak you are, no matter how little strength that you have the unwaveringness faith and just keep on going. Nothing can stop you when you're driven. Walk in the spirit and not in the flesh. So by me being in a drought, right now, I'm experiencing, so the devil thought I would have stopped by now. Since the devil put me in this drought, they thought I was going to stop by now. We got her now. She ain't going no more. She going to get this up. Knowing the way she'll stay in this help. She going to stop. I never had stopped. I keep going. I use every tools I have. God making a way out of no way. Sending people to help me. People kept coming, where it started overflowing with water. First I had no water. And people just start coming, bringing cases of water. And see, that's how God do. Just like he had that little earth. This earth just kept on going. And so I'm at my last drop bottom. Yes, I was frustrated, fuss a little bit, but I try to be humble. You got to try to be humble as possible, because you can't stay in the corner and cry all day. You got to come up with a solution. Now, what I did in the midst of this drought, what can you do in the midst of the drought when you not no power, no food, no water, no nothing? But I work in the spirit. I work in the spirit by reading more in my Bible, more in the book of Norman, and so I kept focused and praying, being connected with God and in the spirit. I'm still serving God in the mix of this drought, by committing to his command. Hungry and weak, but still go pursue my missionary. My missionary dude. I never quit, and I never stop. I'm still driven even in my wilderness. I'm still driven, with faith, letting nothing stop me. And see, that's what you got to do. You got to get to a point when you got a goal to achieve. The devil gonna send obstacles in your way. But you got to keep on trying to achieve your goals, no matter what. You got to keep on. You can't never stop. You got to reach your goals. God using me as an example. Not owning. You can read about faith, but I am the faith. Using myself as faith. Being an example of faith. So letting people know there is a God. There is a God that I believe, and I rely on. Believe in God. Everyone believe in God because He is real. He is a mighty God in power. God do things in His own time. And God do look at your faith. At all His people, He look at their faith. Sometimes you in a little longer, like me and Joe, and look at David, Joseph, Abraham was another example. He believed in God and went out on faith. So I'm in the same drought, where it look like it's impossible. If I'm going to get out of this here, it just look impossible for me. But I still have faith, the unwavering faith that's going to keep on going. And so I believe in God and I'm still hanging on faith, you know. And so it was impossible for me with this situation, And so, Ty, we still make things happen, because I believe in God. Believe in God that He will make a way. Just like Abraham believed in God that He will provide. And He did provide. You got to have a faith that no matter how tired you is, you're going to keep believing, holding on. Say, God going to do it. Job was still holding on. And he made the devil mad. He made the devil mad. The devil struck him on his side. But he still held on. See, the devil don't want you to keep hanging on to God, praying and reading that word. That's all I was doing. But that's all I do now. So being committed to His command, knowing that I don't have no strength, but I keep going, but I have an unwaveringness, faith that driven, that keep me going. Keep you going. And so you got to think about God. You got to think about God, that you have a goal, that He said you have a goal to achieve. And see, when all these obstacles and all this going along, God don't want you to stop. He don't want you to stop. He wants you to keep on going in the mix of the storm. In the midst, just like when David kept running from Saul, running from his enemy, running from his Saul. But guess what? God was still giving His order. I need you to go here. I need you to go there. He still allowed us to work in the mix of our storm. So even the devil wondering why I haven't stopped yet. We did this. They were like, we did this. We know she was going to stop now. This woman still not stopped. What is it going to take for her to stop? What is it going to take for her to stop? The devil's job is to break you. When the devil cannot break you, the devil try to wear you out. So the job is the devil wants to break me, in this drought, but I start walking in the spirit. A lot of times they can't follow me in the spirit because they in the flesh. You remember Sarah? Sarah walked in the flesh and she made the wrong decision by putting her slave girl on her husband. Instead of her working in the spirit to try to connect with God to make the right decision. And so believe in God. Abraham believed in God. He did the same thing, by making a way, out of no way. He know God was going to provide. I know God going to come through. It's us. We're going to hold on and believe that He will. He took His only forgotten son up down to that mountain because he believed that much in God. And at the end, God did provide. He told him to look around. Your ram is right there. He didn't have to sacrifice his son at all. Because he believed that God didn't want him to harm his son. And he was right. You know, you have to have that faith. You have to have that faith, and you got to believe. I'm believing in something that I can't even see. You know, Abraham was believing in something he could not see. He didn't understand. You know, a lot of time I don't understand what God doing. I can't see what God doing, but I have faith to keep on hanging on. You know, believing. You know, if I just keep on going, God is gonna do it. You know, so I have faith that I won't stop. You got to have that unwavering faith that you will never stop. No matter what the circumstance is, you're not going to stop or keep on going. You know, believe in God. He is a way maker. You know, and so that's all I have on wavering this faith is when you tired, you can't go no more, you ain't got no more strength, but you kept yourself still going. Keep going because you have that faith. You have that faith and you believe in God. That no matter what the devil put in front of you, it's not going to stop you. You know, not going to stop you. Because, see, you ain't running this race just for yourself. You running this race because God have a goal achieved for you. God have a goal for you at the finish line. You know, so we got to look at, it's not the race for us. It's what is ahead of us is what God have for us. You know, so that's all I have for you today. I see y'all in the next video.